So this is an old K, as you can tell by the K insignia there on the pickguard. People seek these out and collect them. This is probably 60s, 70s model. But as with a lot of these old Ks and instruments of this ilk, Airline, Harmony, Montgomery Ward, old Hofners, Egmonds, all the old Dutch guitars from this period, this is the problem you run into. Look at that action there. Sorry about the mess on my bench. I was working on some watches earlier. Look at that, horrendous. And that saddle is about as low as it can go. It's a floating saddle with a trapeze tailpiece. And that's about as low as it can go. So this effectively now, because it doesn't have a truss rod anywhere in there, no truss rod, this is before steel reinforcement, this now effectively is a slide guitar. Even if I were to be able to get lower, there's no way it would intonate right. And part of the problem with this is, if you look down, if I can show you down the neck, you can see there, I don't know if you can see it, but it's absolutely banana curved down the neck there. You can see it goes down, dips down in the middle there, then comes back up sharp. It's got a real curve in it, this one. And also, it looks like someone has reset this neck and put wood filler in there, so it wasn't set back in flush. So it worsened the action, but it doesn't matter with that warpage on the neck, that complete curve on the neck. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It just makes it a bit worse. It's a shame because, yeah, these are cool old guitars, big chunk of wood, slab cut. But this is not worth putting the time in. The neck is so far gone. You could heat treat and straighten the neck. By the way, the neck is so thick as well. I've done this before. I've tried to clamp these down onto a flat piece of steel and heat them and get them to straighten. But a lot of times they just, the muscle memory in the wood just goes right back. And certainly not a neck of this thickness. Even the fretboard is really thick hardwood. I don't think this can be straightened. I don't think it's worth straightening. So get yourself a bottleneck slide or a brass slide, and that's the way this guitar is going to live, is for someone to play slide on it. It'd probably be quite fun to play slide on it. There is nothing on the inside. There's remnants of an old paper label that's long gone, so there's no way to date it, but I would say this is probably 60s, 70s, possibly earlier, probably not though. You can see it's pretty rough. The finish on this is pretty rough, and it looks like at some point the back, you see the other side, the back came loose and someone glued it back down and didn't get it flush. See that overhang there? So this has been worked on probably by an amateur and didn't help the case of the guitar long term. This could be pulled apart and you could probably get it flush with spool clamps. Push that back in. I have no idea what it was glued with. Probably white glue of some sort. Let's have a look at the tuners on this. It looks like these are original old tuners there. I could part this out, I could nick those off, but I think I'm just going to donate it to a charity and they'll probably sell it to somebody who'll use it as a slide guitar or a prop or a wall hanger. It's not that pretty though. I don't think it's good enough to go on a wall unless it's someone's man cave. Yeah, so this is just an example of when you're buying old used guitars, particularly at garage sales, flea markets, boot sales, charity shops. This is the kind of thing you come across a lot. Now, I didn't actually buy this. It was thrown in on a guitar I purchased. It'll be the next video coming up of a classical guitar. Somebody wants to say hello. Oh, there he is. Hey, there he is. Say hello. Say hello. There you go. But yeah, this is the kind of thing that you find a lot, and it's so far gone and poorly repaired. It's a cool old trapeze tailpiece guitar though, and there are people that collect these and do work on them as sort of hobbyists. There's not much resale in this. I think if you got this up to speed, like really, really, really good condition, you might have 100, 150 in it. But you put way more into it as far as your time and repair and resources and stuff. So this one's a bit far gone. And even though Ks are, sort of nostalgic and collectible, I don't think they're that great as far as guitars go. I've had a couple of old K double basses that were good, and a couple of K hollow bodies that were good. But these old acoustics, they're just massive slabs of panel put together. I mean, this is so thick on this. I can't imagine it having that great of a sound. It's all slab cut. It might be spruce on the slab. I doubt it. It feels like a hardwood to me. This is paper on the rosette. This is not rosewood or walnut or anything. I don't know what that is. But it's got the old brass frets with the 0 fret there. It's just, a remnant of days gone by. This is the sort of beginner guitar you'd get 50 years ago. Things have changed. And there is some nostalgic value in these. People do like them. But almost all the ones that I see these days are in this condition, or close to, or even worse. This one's together, but only because someone glued it together rather wrongly. And sometimes you find them where people put a fixed bridge on them and take the tailpiece off and just glue a bridge on it. Somebody didn't do that on this one, so it looks period correct, but it's just so far gone. Yeah, all brass frets, horrendous fret ends on these. This is the type of guitars you get and you're beveling and filing for a couple of hours to get these flush and angled. Because this is going to be probably a slide guitar, I'm not going to bother. I don't think anyone's going to be pressing this. There's no way to. I can't even press it all the way down. So there you go. Old K flat top guitar, trapeze tailpiece. A remnant of bygone days. Still hanging around, but can only be played with a slide. Cannot be fretted. But I thought I'd show it on here as an example of the kind of thing that you find on the used market. Be careful buying these on eBay, because a lot of times sellers will say they're in playing condition, and then you get them, they're like this. That's a complete boomerang of a neck on that. The curve is so pronounced, so severe, I don't think it can be straightened. So just be aware. Yeah, you can get a sound out of it, and some novice might think it's a playing guitar because you can do that, but there's no way to play chords. This is the only way to play this is with a slide. It probably won't sound that great, but might be fun. Alright folks, see you on the next one.